Hi guys, I'm at school and I'm doing some physics stuff. So one of the questions in your SciPad about projectile motion is about a tennis ball. It's the last question in the chapter on your SciPad, and what the question says is that we have a tennis ball being launched 3 meters above the ground, and its initial launch velocity is 25 meters per second at an angle of from 10 degrees, from the horizontal, from the ground. So the first part of the question asks you to sketch this situation, which I have done here. Always really good practice to do that in your exam. Ask the examiner for scrap paper and they will give it to you. But the first question after that is to calculate the vertical and horizontal components of that initial velocity. So what it's asking you to do is say, here is the ball's initial velocity. It's at 25 meters per second, but that is made up of a bit of horizontal motion and a bit of vertical motion added together. You've been told that this angle here is 10 degrees. So all we need to do is to calculate these components, we just need to find out how long that side is of your triangle and how long this side is of your triangle. So the vertical component is an opposite side. We have got the hypotenuse and we want to find the opposite. So to find the vertical component, you're going to use sine or SO for your trig. You're going to go sine of the angle times the hypotenuse. So that's going to be sine 10 times 25. Remember that be in degrees when you're using your calculator for trigonometry. Sine 10 times 25 is 4.34. ms minus 1. That is the vertical component of this triangle. And remember, I haven't drawn this to scale. 10 degrees is actually quite low, so you would imagine that the vertical component is going to be quite small. To calculate the horizontal component, that is the adjacent side of the triangle. So if we have the H and the A, we're going to use Qa. So to calculate the adjacent side, we're going to do cos angle times hypotenuse. So cos 10 times 25, which comes to be 24.6 ms minus 1. And again, that makes sense, because if it's going at a 10 degree angle, this long side of this bottom side of the triangle is going to be pretty close to what that is. A little bit smaller though, because as you know, the hypotenuse of a triangle is always going to be the longest side. So that's an achieved type question, just to get you started at breaking down this horizontal projectile motion into vertical and horizontal components.